All right, so we are learning Microsoft Word. I decided to design the PowerPoint to suit everyone. So in case you have a question, you could just give a text or raise your hand up and then would interact. So these are the contents we will be treating. Hopefully we can finish everything within time. So we're looking at the overview of Microsoft Word. We're looking at launching a Microsoft Word document. Yeah. We're looking at the features of a Word document. We're looking at using styles and templates, identifying the features, formatting a document, implementing graphics and multimedia, a few tips and tricks we can use for efficiency, and then our conclusions. So someone will ask, what is Word? Now, we are saying that Microsoft Word is an office suite. It has been designed to help people work efficiently in terms of documentations or presenting graphics or media. Why do we need Microsoft in our daily activities? It is because it helps us organize our thoughts into writing and then present it well for readability. Now, we are saying that word processing application is used to create, edit, and print a wide range of documents. So it's not just typing, because a lot of people have that, misconception that Microsoft Word is just typing and editing, but you can do so much more to your documents than just typing. Now, how do we launch a Microsoft Word? The reason why I'm using launch is because we are all used to saying, oh, open Microsoft Word, open. First off, it is not a Milutin. So we have to launch the application. So I've given a few directions. If a few of you have your PCs with you, you can just follow the prompt and then you can open your Microsoft Office Word. So we are saying that you select the start button on the taskbar. Now, if you are following my mouse pointer, you can see that I am swiping it at the bottom of my screen. That has start. So that is your start button. And the bar you find the start button is called the task bar. Now we are saying that when you click on the start button, a menu will pop up or it will appear. Now if I press mine, you can see that the menu that I have on my screen, well, it may differ from yours, but then once you can locate your start button, you just click on it. Now, a few of us will have a different colored start button or in a different location. Some can be found at the bottom left corner of the taskbar, and it is also fine. Now, the next one, we move our mouse pointer to all programs. I don't have my all programs because my machine is different from yours, but you should have all programs. If not, you can just run a quick search and look for Microsoft Word on your screen. So if you search for it, it will pop up. If you go to all programs, it will also, you can just scroll through the options and then it will pop up. Now, after that, we click on it and then we open our Microsoft Office. Okay. Now let's look at the overview of what goes on in the Microsoft Office suite. We have a large screen with a few tools. So what you see here, we call them tools. We have toolbars we can use to navigate through our screen or our document. Now, I presented this diagram just for easy readability and identifying whatever options you may need. Now, when you look at it, the first thing I see here is a title bar. On my left-hand side, I see a quick access toolbar. On my right-hand side, I see the close button. Okay, please, I hope everyone can hear me. I mean, maybe a thumbs up. Can hardly see. Okay, let me zoom in. They can hear. Okay. All right. So let's see. Control plus. So whoever cannot see, I hope you can see this now. Okay. So I was saying that we have a title bar. So anytime you open a Microsoft Word document, in the middle part of the Atmos title, okay, the top of the screen, you see documents by default. Now, document is what you have opened, but it is said that to easily identify what you are going to work on, you have to name your document. You give it a title. So we had to rename our document from document to title. So if you can see my screen, it's on the ribbon. So just in case you have either of them, it is fine. If you update your application, it is going to change. It is IT and IT evolves. So as and when you see a change, we just appreciate the change. Now, when we scroll to the left-hand side, we will see a ruler. Now, it is to rule the margins of how you are typing or how your text will reflect on your content area. Now, this area called content area, some others call it a text area because that is where all your text will be. In recent times, we call it content because we are saying that whatever you are projecting or typing is a content. It has both text, images, or media. Now, when we look at the bottom of the diagram we see here, we have our status bar. Now, the status bar tells you how many pages you've used. It counts the pages for you, the view mode of your screen. Okay. Okay, so we have the view modes here. So on the bottom right, you can have it as a web mode or the normal view mode. We have the read mode. Now, if you tap on each and every one of them, they will change the way you see the screen of your machine. You see the way the text area changes as you switch between these viewing modes. So you can test it out to see if it works with your application. So, okay. So any question, we can just compile everything. So when we are done, we'll just have everything together. So the next topic, we want to identify some of the features, which we've done, but just to appreciate them again and to make sure that you fully understand what they are and what they are doing on your screen. So we have the File tab and the Backstage view. Now the File tab organizes how your document is going to be seen or saved or where you can retrieve it from. Now the Backstage gives you just detailed information about every single document and where you can find the document. We have the Quick Access toolbar. Now you can customize it. Most of us just use the undo and the redo, but there are so many things we can add to that particular toolbar just to, give you more features or more options to choose from. So when I come back to my diagram and I zoom in, so your quick access toolbar should look like this, where I'm moving the mouse pointer. Then I spoke about the ribbon. So with the ribbon, you can add different types of icons. And in a ribbon, you have different types of tabs, which I had mentioned. We have the Home tab, we have the File tab, we have the Insert tab, we have the page layout tab, and all the other ones you see as part of it. I repeat, you may also see help as part of your ribbon. It doesn't mean yours is wrong, but then it's just an update. So let's go for a 2-second break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. So we are moving on to identifying the features. Now we want to look at some of the readings and what you can find in them. So when we look at the Home tab, the Home tab has different types of tool groups, okay? Now, the reason why sometimes you have to go through some of the tabs you have on the ribbon is because you never know what you might need for a document, and you never know which of them might help. So you just have to pay attention to some of them, because as and when you are working with a Microsoft Word application, you will be adopting some of these tools. Remember, you wouldn't get everything at a go, but then constant practice, it will be at the fingertips. Now, if we come to the Home tab, we have the clipboard. In the clipboard, we have the shortcuts we always use. But if we want to follow the principles of Microsoft Word documents, you would have to use what is in your clipboard. So a few I will mention is the paste, the cut, and the copy. Now, the format painter, someone will wonder what it is used for. Sometimes, to understand some of these tools faster, you have to brush your mouse pointer on the particular tool you want to use, because in a second or two, it will give you a short description of what that tool is used for. This is another way you can also learn faster when you are using any type of tech tool or most of the tech tools. Now you can see the font group. So in the font group, we have different types of tools that help us enhance the text of our content. So it can be you bolding, underlining, using italics for emphasis. A few changes in the font types. My favorite is Times New Roman because it is more official, and sometimes Verdana. Now, by default, some of you may have your font sizes at 12 or 14. You must also know the type of font size depending on the document you are preparing and who you are preparing the document for. Sometimes you want to use the superscripts and subscripts. You want to use the upper cases, lower cases in, shortcuts. So you can use that. We can also use some highlights. We can also use some, shadings, foregrounds, backgrounds. So I'm going to try that so that we can all be on the same page. So moving on to our Word documents. Sure. I was saying that I have this favorite website that I like called Kitchen Stories, and I want to copy a few of their texts. So let me copy a text about broccoli. And then I will go paste it in the Word document. Okay. Now, know that whatever you copy and paste or you type is in its natural form. We've not added any changes. We've not done any type of editing. So we want to apply a few editing to what we have. So based on the things we have spoken about, I will apply those few changes. Then as we progress, we will build on our Word document. So I have spoken about a few fonts. I've spoken about when I copied a text and then pasted it in my Word document. Sometimes it's just to spice up your ideas. You are working on a content and you are having a mental block. Sometimes you go online, run a search, copy, paste. I'm not saying copy verbatim. Sometimes you have to massage your copy work and paste. So I will change my font size to 12, and then I will use my favorite font, which is Times New Roman. To save time, I will just search for it. So you see that it changes. Now back to our slides. Let's see. I want to try out a few templates. Why do we need templates? Sometimes templates make our content nice, more appealing. So we go to the File tab. Now, I am assuming we all know the File tab at the back of our minds now. So you move your mouse pointer to the ribbon and choose File. You choose File, you go to New. So you select New, and by New, you will see on your right-hand side different types of templates. Now you can choose if you want. So let's see. Okay. So let's try, and then, okay. Okay, so I want to use a very nice template. Now, the moment you select New on your left-hand side, so this is the backstage view. Remember I mentioned backstage view. You go to your File tab, this is the backstage view. So any information about your document or the file you have opened is going to pop up here. Now, let's see what template we can choose to use. Now, remember I said that Microsoft Word document is not just for typing text, but we can use it for many other things. It can be a recipe book, it can be your CV template, it can be a cover letter, a restaurant brochure, any other thing you can think about, depending on the type of application you are using and the templates you have available. So let's say I want to play around with a restaurant brochure. So I'm going to click on it, download it, and then try it out. So those of you who want to open your restaurants in a few years' time, you could play around this and see how best you can, use it. But for now, we are still on how to edit and style documents. Okay, so these are the few directions on how to select a template and how to download it. Now I want to see the formatting itself, why we need to format, what is the essence of formatting. Now, the reason why we format a document is because, remember, the document is not for you, but it is for whoever will take your document and read. And The fact that you are not there to explain yourself if the reader may not understand, your text and your formatting must speak for you. So we focus on the text, the type of text, the size of text, the color of the text. Now, some people misuse italic. I don't know why. I've also been there before. But the reason why we use italic is because it sends an emphasis to the reader. When I have a document like this, let me share. So if we have a document like this, like the Word document we were typing with, and I happen to italize broccoli. Some may say, oh, it's the same thing. I don't see anything. But if you are paying attention to the word broccoli and the effect I just applied to it, you see that the look of the word is different from all the texts we have here. Now, that is the reason why using certain changes in your document is important. Italic will emphasize. If I change the color of the broccoli to, let's say, red, your mentally, your mind will be drawn to why exactly I am, slanting the word broccoli and making it look red. What if I just highlight the whole text here and give it maybe a pale blue highlight? It will definitely draw your mind to pay attention to the first sentence. So that is the reason why formatting is essential. Maybe I want to change the whole text to uppercase. The reader will always wonder why. Why is it in full caps and not lower caps? So typing is different from formatting, and formatting is telling the reader what to pay attention to and what not to pay attention to. Not necessarily not pay attention to, but you focus more on setting emphasized words or sentences. Okay. All right. So moving on to our next document. So everything you see on the screen are just, the processes you can use and some of the things you can use to enhance your document. We will look at finding and replacing a few words. And then maybe insert a few pictures and then give it a few layouts and reference. And then, look at how mailing is even important, or referencing people's, content when you go and copy online or copy from a different source aside from whatever you may have provided. So let's see. Okay, so in terms of inserting, so I'm just going to brush through and just do everything at a go so that it's more realistic. So in inserting, we can insert a few pictures, clip art, links, videos. We can do a page setup. We can do margin, sizes, citing. And then implementing a few graphics here and there. Why do we need graphics and multimedia? I was saying that your Microsoft Word document don't necessarily have to be full text, but sometimes we want to spice it up a bit, make it more appealing. Now, Microsoft Word gives the essence of visual storytelling. So sometimes we just want to sometimes show the reader we really know what we are doing. And a reader can be anyone, it can even be your sibling at home. So we are saying that a well-crafted document gives the reader an idea of the author's vision. So what if you want to talk about how to cook maybe porridge? And then you are just writing the steps. Sometimes you want to see a picture. So when you buy food from the malls, they have directions, especially Indomie. They show you the minutes, the times, what to take off, what to use after what. So if you look at my PowerPoint, someone will say, oh, it's because it's this PowerPoint. No, I can equally use Word to do this screen you are seeing. So you download your clip art and then you implement it in your document. And finally, we want to talk about the tips and tricks for efficiency. How can I use my Microsoft Word document to suit me or in a faster pace? We are saying that to understand Microsoft Word, always place your mouse pointer on an icon for further description, which I mentioned earlier. Now, these are a few basic shortcuts. Some of you already know, some of you are now knowing. So we have Control Z, Control Y, undo, redo, select all, paste, copy, cut, bold. And there are many more you can find online. The third one is to set a tracker on your documents before sending it sometimes. For more time, some other time, we will look at why we need to track our documents, but we track it because we want to monitor who is making what changes and where. And then the fourth thing is to always collaborate when working in a group, mostly to track the team's progress. So we have collaborative tools we use online, and Google is part of, they have a few tools we can use. We have Google Classroom, we have Google Drives, we have Google Documents where we can use to track the team's progress. So this is the end of our Microsoft Word 101. Hopefully you guys visit us soon and then we can share more insights on what to know and what not to do. So I am open for questions and answers. 10 more minutes. 10. So I'm expecting 10 questions from 10 lucky listeners. So any question, anything you want me to talk about or you want to find out or you already know. So you can just send us a text. So you can raise your hand. So I may interact with maybe one or two people, then the rest can just text. Okay, someone is asking to talk about footers and borders. Macros. Okay. I see a few professionals here. Okay, so let's see. Maybe if we can have a few more questions and then we just answer everything in one. So you can also raise your hand if you want to, ask a question and then we'll just see. If I want to ask if you can use italics for subheadings. Okay. So let me just start answering. So with using italics for subheadings, yes, you can. But remember that whoever or whatever document you may be presenting or who you are presenting it to, italics must have a meaning to it. So if you are going to use it as a subheading, then it should be emphasizing on a particular thing you may want to talk about. You can't always use italics because some people use it because, oh, it is looking more slanted and it is nice. No, we use it mainly or purposely for emphasizing on text. So I wouldn't say always use it on subheadings, but you can use it on particular words in the subheading, or we just discard it from subheadings and then focus more emphasizing what you want to know in the body of your text or content. And then someone asked about footers and borders. A footer is a signing off note to a next page. So most of the time, we either number the pages in the footer, add a date, sometimes a signature if available. A footer always guides the reader as to if it is a continuous document or a one-time reading document. And then for borders, it mostly outlines the margins of your documents for you. Depending on the type of document, depending on the alignment you may have used for your document. So all those things come into play depending on the type of document, where you're sending the document to, the purpose of your document. We use all these other things just to make the documents nicer, more readable and appealing, like I've been saying. Someone mentioned about macros. Now, macros is more of a security feature when you are designing or developing any Microsoft Office suite. If you are using any Microsoft Office suite, we use the macros to more like track the security features of the particular documents you may be using. I don't know if you use it, I don't use it, but it is necessary. So any other thing is important. Someone is asking, why do we track our documents and how is it done? I wish we had more time to do it, but I will urge you come here and then apply for some of the courses, or we will do another one. But then the reason why we track our documents is because sometimes the document you may have prepared is not just for you, it's for a group of people. Or you may be sending it to someone you may not trust the person's intent, not necessarily malicious, but you just don't trust if the person can, handle the document the way you may like it. So you have to set a tracker on it so that when there are changes, the moment you take the document back and you open it, it will just show you what changes were made and where it was made. Someone is asking, what did you say is the term given when you rename the document name from document to preferred name you want? It is the save as, okay? So the document is by default titled document 1 or document. So when you go to the file tab, you choose save as to save the document how you would want it. And then you choose a good save as type. For those of you who want to join our online classes, I would urge you join the OPS class. Okay, we have Office Productivity Suite class. We do. It has a very nice package that is suitable for everyone. A few other questions and then we move on. What word is having the black background and it makes operating difficult? Oh, okay. I will assume it is in the dark mode. So you have to change it to the lighter mode. But I think it's not bad. But if you don't like it, you just go to your option settings and then you can change it quickly. So we treat this lesson 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. So if you're interested, you can join. I think add a signature to our application letter if we are sending it online. So we have a question that says, how can we add a signature to our application letter if we are sending it online? So remember, your application letter, you cannot put your signature on it. The signature you put on your application letter is your email, your phone number for the company to call you. But if you are sending it via email, we have something we call email signature. That when you come here, we will teach you how to go about it because, like I said, we don't have much time. So when you come, we will show you how to design your email in such a way that when you send a mail, it will have your signature. Can you please, let me see, because I want to find out how to do referencing during the typing. So someone has a question, the person is asking or saying that they want to find out how to do referencing during the typing processes and generating them afterwards. Okay, so I'm repeating because we did not have time. But if you want to add referencing to your work, you go to the tab called either view or review. It should have citing or citing the source. Now, if you click on it, it will ask you a few questions. Now, this is more, it will be more easier if we had time. I would have shown you how to go about it because sometimes you are researching for tertiary or secondary resources online or with people. So still come and do the OPS, okay, the Office Productivity Suite course here, and then we will sort out all the questions you have. So 2 more questions and then we call it a day. Please, how is different page numbering types, alphabets, Roman numerals, etc., done on a single document? Well, so all these questions you're asking, you can find them on the tabs. We still do not have time. You will have to see the visualized form of practice to be able to number your document. So when you go to I think either the page layout, it should have the numbering format. So all these things will come if you come and join our course here at Kofi Annan so that you can enjoy the full benefits of your questions and then, more like get more insight on what we are talking about. Are you get certification for this program? Yes, please. So you pay for the course and then you get a set. Someone's asking about. Okay, so we will upload that video so that you can visit there as many times as you want, and then you can have a feel of it. But also the documents we will share them via email soon. Someone asked about the templates. I don't remember your question, or I may not have seen your question, but then the templates are different types of documentation styles we can use to prepare a good or nice Microsoft Office document. So it ranges from using it as a CV template or a food menu, a magazine. I mean, a brochure, a flyer. It depends. It depends. So Microsoft Word is just not for only texting, but we have different types of styles we can use it for. So to join the course at my office, so the course is 920 cedis, regular class, and the registration is 200 cedis. But we have a few goodies, so a colleague of mine will come and talk more about it and how to enroll easily. Okay, so thank you guys for joining today's webinar. It was amazing, interacting with a few of you. At least I remember Ernest, I remember Pearl, Priscilla, Richard. Thank you so much for joining. And Steve will take the forum and speak to you about the courses.
Great. So my name is Steve. I'm part of the team. Thank you so much for staying tuned since we started. I'm sure you've learned so much, but my dear colleague didn't finish literally everything. And this is the main reason. The main reason is for us to also let you know about the goodies we have about this particular office productivity suite. So it's just a collection of applications, like she rightly. So how you can use the Microsoft Office application, and I'm speaking about, the Word, PowerPoint, Excel, everything about it. We have a discount for you guys. So we have taken all your details. We have your database. So if you are here, you qualify to enjoy a 10% discount. Management has put together this from now to the 7th of June. So if you are here, please, hooray, yay, you have qualified for this 10% discount. So what we do here, we do practical stuff. So you bring along with your laptop, we take you through a hands-on exercise and practical use of these things that she said. Like she rightly said, we don't have time to run you through all the process and the functions. So if you are having a relative, you're having a sibling, maybe you have a relative who's down with SHS or GHS, he doesn't know his or her left from his right. This is a big opportunity for you to bring him or her. So it goes for 920 together with the registration, which is 200 cedis. So when you come, you mention your name, we have your database, we take and give it to you. And we can assure you that the type of education and hands-on practical skills you're going to acquire at the end of this, you cannot compare it to any other institution or any other center. That one I can promise you. And you can also follow us on our social media platform, because I heard some people asking whether the video will be uploaded. Yes, it will be uploaded. So let's do this quick exercise. You go on your YouTube channel. You can log off now. It will be in person. It's face-to-face. Someone is asking whether it's virtual or in person. It's in person. So now let's do this quick exercise. For those of you who are asking me where you're going to find the video, kindly go on YouTube right now. You type Kofi Annan ICT Center. You see a very nice logo, white logo with a globe. No, it will be on, someone is asking whether it will be on weekends. It will be on Monday, Wednesday, and on Friday. Monday, Wednesday, and on Friday. If you want more information about that, you can call 0555 055 666 0355. So 055 666 0355. And someone will be on standby to give you all the information. Someone is asking about the CISA course, how much it is. CISA is going up for 1,900 cedis. So CISA, you're going to pay 1,900 cedis together with your registration, which is 200 cedis. So that will amount to 2,001. Someone will be asking, what is CISA? And why someone is asking about it. So CISA is more of an internationally recognized education course that kind of also serves as a benchmark of achievement for working professionals. So if you are in the field of auditing, if you want to control, if you want to monitor any other information, CISA is the right place for you to be in. If you want to acquire core skills that sort of provides you with extensive understanding of management and managerial technology facts that can be coordinated effectively to protect your business information. I mean, data is very important nowadays. So if you're looking for a way you can acquire these skills so that you can sit up for the CISA examination, this global or recognized international global examination, it will prepare you for you to write. Someone is asking whether we have any weekend course. Yes, we have a weekend course, and I want to introduce you guys to the CCNA course. CCNA is Cisco Certified Network Associate. And guess what? We are bringing CCNA to you on weekends. So starting on the 15th of June. 15th of June, we'll be having CISA. We'll be having a CCNA class on Saturdays. So what you have to do is you go through our social media platform. We have a link that we have posted there for registration. So kindly go there. You see the flyer. It's a white background flyer together with a link. You click on it, you register, and then we're going to give you a call, and then we're going to reach out to you for you to register for this particular CCNA course. But all the information I've mentioned right here, you can find everything on our websites. If you're looking for any information, if you're looking for any inquiries, any details inquiries, maybe you are not really sure about the course you want to do, you are doubting yourself, you want to get a course for your nephew or for your niece or even for yourself, and you're wondering how you can be able to sign up for it, then please log on to the CCNA course, 1,900 cedis, exclusive 1,200 cedis. That's for the CCNA, but the CISA is 1,900 cedis. So please, let me go over again. So the CCNA, like I rightly said, we are starting one on the 15th of June, which will be on Saturdays, strictly Saturdays. And then we have weekends or weekdays. That will be starting on the 3rd of June. So please, someone is saying that I need. Anyway, you can go on to our social media platform. So it's Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence in ICT. You'll see a very nice logo, a white logo with a blue and red and green, all pointing to the Ghana map. Very nice one. It cuts across our social media platform. We did it for easy identification. So please, you realize that one particular logo runs through on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Thread, on WhatsApp channel. We're everywhere. And we always encourage people to subscribe, or we encourage people to follow and link or like our particular channels. This is the main reason why we do so, because sometimes we have some of these courses running through and we don't do traditional media. Our only form of creating awareness to people like you is through our social media platforms. And we did some free courses that we call Restarts. We bought it, and if you were following our social media platform, you would have known that it was free. And we have so many people trooping and applying and getting certification for all these courses that were run free, all run free. So please, your only ideal way is to go to our social media platform and follow, like, and subscribe. So it's Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of ICT. Or someone is asking, will there be any free admission for data analytics using Excel? If not, how much will it cost? So that one costs 2,000 cedis for Ghana Asians, so to share 2K, will be okay. So that one costs 2,000 cedis. So please, it's very subsidized. You can compare to so many private institutions. You realize that our prices are so subsidized. We are a government institution, so we can't price at certain prices or costs. So please, that's the best you can get. Thank you so much. If you have any inquiries, you can log on to our www.gi-case.gov.gh, or you can call this number 055-666-0355. Thank you so much for joining us, and God bless you all.